we'll mention these top half teams now. We'll start off with West Virginia. Their top three scorers are all back, but I think the offensive part of this team is where this team is going to be decided on.
Right. Obviously, I don't know who West Virginia is. All I know is Press Virginia. And the defense is obviously going to shine on this team like it always does. Bob Huggins, he's the GOAT. He's just an incredible defensive-minded coach. Like you said, they're returning their top three scorers. So things are already pointing up for West Virginia after they played so well in non-conference last year to then go 500 in what was really, not a great Big 12. You have your losses to Kansas and Baylor, but then they didn't really pick up those wins against the other teams that they really should have. So they're going to need their top scorers to step it up even more, and then their backcourt is also going to have to step it up because I think that this team is loaded in the front court. The program's top overall recruit, Oscar Tshiebwe, he's returning, and then they're also getting a local 4-star recruit in Isaiah Cottrell. So the front court, they've already got 4 or 5 guys that are going to be filling in and out. So it's going to be tough to drive to the paint and score on West Virginia, and then they're just going to need their guards to step it up in transition and putting shots into the hoop. I think they're poised for a bounce back year. This is certainly a tournament team in my eyes.
Yeah, the bounce back is there, and I just want you to listen to some of these numbers from last season. Effective field goal percentage, 46.5% outside the top 300 in the country. 3-point percentage, 28.6% outside the top 300 in the country. Free throw percentage, 64.2% outside the top 300 in the country. That's bad. That's very bad, particularly the free throw percentage. They're going to have to get the shooting up. The one big area, though, where West Virginia did excel in offense was the offensive rebound percentage, 40.1%. That topped the entire country, which is fantastic. And to once again hit home the point of their shooting not being so good, in February, this team last year lost 6 of 7. In those 6 losses, in order, here was the point total for West Virginia in each of those 6 games. 59, 49, 59, 60, 57, 62. And that's not going to get the job done. There were a few games to where, yes, their defense shined and they're only able to score a number in the mid-60s or even in their first win of last season in Big 12 play in the mid-50s and still get the win. How often that's going to happen this year, I'm not necessarily for certain. That offense is going to have to step it up, and sophomore guard Miles McBride might have to be a big part of that this season for West Virginia. And the fact they do return their top 3 scorers is a good sign. However, it's not exactly as much production. And for a defensive-oriented team, that might be more or less the case anyway with a team that does pride itself on defense, on pressing, on forcing turnovers. That might be the way things are anyway. But even then, on the turnover side of it last year, they barely made the top 300 in turnover percentage and barely cracked the top 30 in the country in turnover percentage on the defensive side of the ball. So pretty much the thing here for West Virginia is that, yes, their defense has to be on top of it again. Their offense has to improve. If not, they're going to be stuck in the middle of this conference, and I'm sure that is not an area where West Virginia would like to be again.